95% of you will want to hit that golf ball a little bit further. You'll also probably want to hit your shot straighter, but there's one big area of the golf swing that people don't talk about. And that's what we're going to be talking about today in this video, guys, because for me, next year, I want you to all hit the ball further than your playing partners. I also want you to hit more greens, but we need to improve that strike. So today, how can we do that? And one area of the golf swing that a lot of people talk about is, do you have that perfect position at the top of the backswing? Do you have that Adam Scott position right here? Is it perfect down the line at the top of your backswing? And then from there, if you've got that perfect backswing, you must hit that golf ball straight, you must hit it long. But a lot of people from there start to go wrong. So once they've got to there, we potentially start to hit at the golf ball, and that club starts to work over plane. Potentially, we start to hang back, so that club then drops underneath, and we'll start to get all kinds of different strikes. And that's not what we want when it comes to you playing better golf. And guys, before we talk about the area that you need to be looking at, if you're new to this channel, then welcome to this YouTube channel. If you want to join us on the journey to 50,000, make sure to hit that subscribe button. And guys, if you are a regular viewer of the channel, I hope you're enjoying the content. But the part of the game that we need to focus on is from here, from parallel to the ground into your delivery position through to the end of your swing, or to the same position on the way through, and then through into your position where you should be after you've hit your golf shot. So how many times we see people get into this position here where the club's over here or the club's back here, and we start to lose all that control. And then we know on the way through, especially for the golfer who's waiting in the wings, we start to see this move. From here, we will start to see him lose connection with that elbow. And how many of you been told in lessons that you have a flying elbow through the golf ball? Well, this is an area that you need to work on, especially through the winter, to get that strike better, to improve your ball flight and get you hitting it hopefully down that center stripe right there. So you can see if we can improve your start line, we can start to get you hitting it towards your target. If we get that strike, hopefully we get you hitting your clubs further. And we know if you have to hit maybe one less club next year, then you have a little bit more confidence. If you're hitting a 9-iron into the green instead of a pitching wedge, then you probably have a little bit more confidence. If we have more confidence, we might hit one more green per round. And if we hit one more green per round, we know we should be saving at least one shot off your scores. So we need to better understand what your club is doing from this position here through to this position here. And there's only one man for the job. So unfortunately, mid-handicap Dave has had to shoot off, even though I was selling a dream there with getting mid-handicap Dave in. So you can see I'm using HackMotion because this area of the game is where we want to have stability of that club face. So we don't want this club face to be open, we don't want it to be closed, we want to make sure we can control that to get that ball starting on line. And a good club to start with here, I have my pitching wedge, and it's just a good start to get into that position, get into your delivery position, so it's saying to go to address, then to here, and then start to turn through and get that coming down the middle. So we can see there, too extended. So although a short shot, that should have come out a little bit lower. So very interesting straight away there. The feel I'm wanting to do here is get a little bit more forward shaft lean with a turning body. Because you can see, yes, I could get into that position with a little bit more forward shaft lean, but what is that club face doing? That's pointing way right, and we would potentially hit the dreaded shot out to the right. So what we want to see here is, again, can I get into that position right there that we want to? So into my address position, I'm going to go back to delivery. Right, I've straightened that up now. And again, we can see I'm still outside of that range. So it's something certainly I've got that position, or I've got the ball going in the right direction, but I can still certainly work on that. So let's go again here into that position there. Oh, start drill, I'm getting a bit giddy. So into address. Good. Into that position. And you can see there, closing in there, so still out. This is where yes, this is giving good feedback, and this we want to potentially get into those greens, but where does it suit for me? Because obviously I could overdo this and start to lose the golf ball to the right. So what I like to do whilst using this gives me great feedback, the HackMotion, but I want to think, right, what is my ball flight doing? Am I getting that desired ball flight, and am I getting that desired strike? So it's a great drill for you to warm up with on the range. Into that setup, we're going to go back, and you can see I can start to add some speed into that, and you can see there, from a small backswing, I've got that to almost 100 yards, but look where it is in regards to start line and close to the middle of the fairway, or that might be the middle of the green. We can gradually build this up, so you could do this drill with your pitching wedge. And then we could go from here and start to get up to maybe towards your 8-iron. So it's a great drill for you to do. And again, you don't need HackMotion for this, but again, if you're interested in getting a HackMotion and helping your practice, because this winter, productive practice is something that I am big on. You need to be doing things on the driving range that are actually going to help you when it comes round to the season. If we're doing something out there and going, okay, I might have hit 100 golf balls, but I might have hit a couple, you know, oh, I just didn't catch that one right. That's all right. That's just a bit out to the right. I can correct that. That's not a problem. And then you come into your next shot and you'll see that the strike there right off the toe. And then you might come into the next shot and go, oh, well, I put maybe too much hands into that. We want to have control of that club face going into next season. So have this as your warm, have this as a routine for you to get into and start to see what maybe you are doing. What is your release pattern? Because we want all the speed from here and through the golf ball. We don't want your speed coming from here after you've had that perfect Adam Scott backswing. Because yes, we would ideally have your golf swing looking fantastic at the top. It might look great. But think about it, there's plenty of golfers out there who've won majors, Jim Furyk's, John Daly, which aren't conventional. A lot of swings are, even Scottish Shefflers now, aren't conventional swings, but what do? They get that club face square down its impact. They're able to get down to the ball and get that ball launching where they want with the desired flight, and they also start to know their front to back dispersion. So if you're thinking about practicing this winter, think about if you want something like a HackMotion, or another thing that you could do potentially is, again, even without a golf ball, we can start to bring something in like an alignment stick. Most people, I would say 95% people or 90% of people will have one of these in your golf bag. Even mid-handicap Dave has got one in his golf bag, which says a lot. But we can start to get the alignment stick and just make some swings where we start to get the sound of the speed, so really get that speed down at the golf ball. We don't want the speed to be here. So from the top of my backswing, which we see from a lot of people, is the speed is there, and then they start to actually decelerate through the golf ball because we put all that effort in to the top of the backswing. We're changing in transition and all our speed is here. We're casting that club, we're losing those angles, and then we're just getting through that golf ball. We're losing speed that we don't need to lose. And as we all know, we all want speed, but we also want control of that club face. So start to get your routine this winter, start to build it up, and then once you've done a couple of those drills, go into a more fuller shot or a 3/4 shot and start to see, right, where's that start line? Start line again, just left of the flag, pitching wedge there, nice and easy, 113 yards carry, going 125. So straight away there, I've improved my dispersion. I'm able to get a control of that start line, and again a 3/4 swing. A little bit left if anything, so we can still see that I might be letting the angle go a little bit early, so I need to continue to work on this drill. So working on something, start to go to the driving range and pick out what is your fault, what is your bad shot, and how can you start to improve that. You can see there, a little bit of a change in the feel. I've changed that ball flight a little bit to the right, but a good consistent distance. If we can improve your front to back as well as your start line, you're not only going to hit the ball further, you're going to hit it more consistent, We're going to lower your scores.